धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईत्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। ॐ मेधा देवी द्युषमाना न आगाद्विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेमा विदधे सुवीरः त्वया जुष्टा ऋषिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मागत श्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टा चित्रं विन्ददेवसु सानो जुषस्व द्रविणो न मेदे मेदाम इन्द्रो ददातु मेदां देवी सरस्वती मेदां मे अश्विनौ भावा दत्तां पुष्करस्क्रजा अप्सरासु चया मेधा गन्धर्वेषु चयन्मनः दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सामां मेधा सुरभिर्जुषताग स्वाहा आमां मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगती जगम्या पूज्यस्ती पयता पिन्वमाना सामां मेधा सुप्रतीका शन्ता मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भाजो ददातु। हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंस प्रचोदयात्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। साई राम।
Loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of our dearest Bhagwan Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Bhagwan has graciously agreed to grant darshan. There is a lot of disturbance. Please keep yourself muted, everybody. Thank you so much. Because Galaxy J6, I don't know. Just keep yourself muted. So Bhagwan has asked all the chapters to have a satsang prelude to Bhagwan's darshan. So that is why, today is the first day. Few people will be sharing their experience, short, crisp, and sweet. And in the end, I will share my experience. So may we begin with our management committee member, Dr. Brother J. Ratnakumar. Saira.
Kodi pranams to the divine lotus feet of Bhagwan Sanjay Sai Baba. Namaskaram, Sai Ram to all devotees.
Saira.
It's a great opportunity to share my experiences with Bhagavan Sanjay Sai Baba to all of you. In 2017, in the month of May, I was discussing about some matters with Sister Chitra Narayan at her residence. And then incidentally, she spoke about the Sai Mahima, Nepal, Sanjay Sai Baba. And suddenly, on that day itself, I got an urge to visit Kathmandu and meet the divine Baba. So as I was just inquiring with Sister Chitra Narayan, she told me, Brother Suresh is also intending to visit Nepal. Then I contacted Suresh and we planned a journey together to Kathmandu. Beloved Brother Amir Bhai received us in the airport. We checked in the hotel and waited for Swami's call for darshan. That day, we couldn't meet, but the next day, Swami gave a call. It was around 7 o'clock in the evening. And myself and Suresh waited in that hall, and Swami came with his charming, divine smile on his face and behaved like one among us, or as an very intimate friend. So we were really blessed to have spent time around 1 hour with Swami, talking about so many things happening in the world and all. And incidentally, Swami told, we were connected in the past, and for a short period, there was some break in that connection. Now onwards, there will never be a break in the connection. You all are always there in my circle of love and care. I cannot speak in words, but then onwards, there is a bond that has happened, a bond of love. And we returned very happy from Nepal and came back here and started associating with Sister Chitra Narayan for the various mission for achieving the objectives and mission of our beloved Bhagavan. According to me, love is service. Service and care, unconditional, without any expectation of anything. Love, that is universal love, considering each and every one of us as ourselves, our own, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, borders. We are all one. The manifestation of that divinity, which is in the physical form of Bhagavan Sanjay Sai Baba. It is not necessary to communicate with Baba. Every time he is in our thoughts, is in our prayers. Whenever we, as human beings, start erring, you think about Baba, and immediately he will correct you. So when you do something, when you think something, when there is a harmony of thought and action, words, you are relieved. You are becoming pure and eligible for Baba's love. That is it. So the question is, are we eligible for his love? We should get entitled for his love. So first it should start with us, cleaning ourselves, refining our thoughts. And we should love ourselves. Only when you love ourselves, then only you can love others. Love can be felt or shared only when you love yourself. You have to love, and you have to be healthy to share that love. That is also required. So the next visit was during his Swami's birthday celebrations. We went to Nepal and had wonderful darshan and satsang and speeches. His enlightening speeches. Swami knows every subject. Anything you ask, he can answer. Such a divine soul, Swami. We had that blessing during his birthday. Then after that, before that, 2017 itself, September, Swami came first in Oman. So Oman devotees were really blessed to have his darshan. And we had even visited the Wahiba Sands, and in the night we had a wonderful satsang. Everybody gained lot. Everybody got refined in their thoughts. And September 10th, 2017, Swami blessed me with a ring while traveling in my vehicle. Suddenly, he put the ring and it was exactly fitting. And I consider this as a ring of love. That ring, now I can tell you, my more than 50% of my time is devoted to social service. Swami, without saying anything, without writing or saying anything, now I am more of a social worker than a corporate CEO. I have become the global coordinator of an organization which has presence in 161 countries. So for morning till night, my mobile is active. I am also active for the others' problems. Whatever best, especially in this pandemic, this critical, challenging season, we have formed a global help desk. So in that help desk, so many calls for help comes. So initially we were finding it very difficult to satisfy every request, but you know, the amount of joy and happiness and satisfaction when you care and love others, it is wonderful. And in 2019, Swami's last visit to Oman, I was also happy to receive him in the house. My prayer room, where I am sitting in this prayer room was blessed by Swami's presence. And thereafter, because of the COVID COVID pandemic, we were not able to see Swami physically here, but every day in our prayers, we are seeing Swami and following Swami's principles, Swami's advices, and I'm sure that, as Swami always says, see always inside and serve all, love all, serve all. We definitely shall follow Swami's advice in letter and spirit. Pranam Swami, Tvam Sharanam Mama, Samasta Loga Sugino Bhavantu. Sairam.
Sairam, brother, Dr. Ratnakumar. We will have to see, like many people talking. So Vijay Lakshmi Chandrasekhar, one experience, please, can you just share?
Mr. Venkatesh or me, Chitrama now?
Vijay Lakshmi.
Yeah, okay, Chitrama. Koti Pranam to the divine lotus feet of Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Good evening to all. This platform is a wonderful opportunity to share the truly divine experiences that I had with Bhavansi Sanjay Sai Baba. A memorable trip for me was the Kailash Manasrovar journey, which we were blessed enough to go with God Himself. Before Kailash Yatra, we were planning to go to Muktinath. Baba warned us that there would be quite few difficulties. However, having come such a long way, we did not have the heart to go back without witnessing the beauty and glory of the Saligrama Murti. Baba then told us that he will protect us, and we proceeded to Muktinath. Like he uttered, the return journey was grueling. There were no flights available, and while coming back, we had to travel for 9 hours in a car through high-risk, dangerous mountains and narrow, winding roads in complete darkness with the raging river behind us. Chanting Baba's name, all of us made it through safely. I truly felt his divine presence throughout the trip. When he visited Wahiba Sands in Oman, Baba sat down on the sand dunes and started playing with the sands. Something precious can be materialized even from mere sand, he said. Against the twilight sky, Baba's white robe was shone like a moon itself. Before our very eyes, he materialized a Shivalingam from the sand. And I had to say, I was fortunate enough to get the lingam, which was exactly like the sand in color. A gift of Murti from God Himself. Actually, really, I felt very blessed, actually. I would like to thank Swami for all the divine experiences. Lord Krishna is everything to me. During Swami's visit, stay in Oman, Swami sang a song about Radha. At that moment, in my eyes, Swami took the form of Krishna. He was just Krishna to me. That song brings tears and induces goosebumps whenever I recollect the incident. Daivam Manushya Rupena. In Dwapara Yugam, Krishna did lots of Leela to show himself as God. In Kali Yuga, it is necessary to show himself as God by performing lot of miracles. If God stood before us, then even people will not realize his presence, that he is God. If something good happens, then they will never thank God. If something bad happens, then they will immediately blame God for not protecting them. We feel that God is here to protect us and to reduce our ill effects of our karma if we completely believe him, and like how a child believes his mother and fully surrender towards him. If we take one step towards God, he'll take 100 steps towards us, which will protect us from all our past karmas. Service to mankind is service to God. So with the grace of God, I'm able to serve the humankind through Tamil Labor Welfare Forum. I thank God for giving me such opportunity to serve to the humankind actually. There are abundant graces of God that cannot be spoken because of that lack of time. So I shared some of the experiences which is close to my heart. My heartfelt thanks to Chitrama for connecting me to this divine path. Thank you, Chitrama. Sai Ram. Sai Ram to all. Thank you, Chitrama.
Jai Lakshmi. Now can we hear Sister Sujata Murli?
Sai Ram, my most loving and humble pranams. Koti pranam Swami at your divine lotus feet. Sai Ram, brothers and sisters. As
Can we
Sister
see
Vijay says,
please come on video.
I'm on video.
Okay.
I'm from two places I'm there. I'm on video only. Other place for the Aarti I have kept ready. I think for most of us, our journey towards Swami's physical form started in 2017. All of us have been, Swami is the wire puller, we are all the sparrow. So he has pulled one by one, each one of us. Though Chitrama has been telling from 2016 when she first visited him and has been talking about Swami, but he chose Shivaratri for my first darshan towards him. It's very, very touching that why Swami chose specifically Shivaratri. I would like to just little bit go back in the Satyasai avatar, that when I was in the Satyasai avatar and had Swami's darshan for the first time, after that coming back from Parthi, I had a dream where Swami showed his vision in the Shiva Rupa, the third eye. And after that, constantly I felt that, like Swami was telling, that use your hands, and there are some powers in your hands. And I used to wonder what I have to do. Means to use the hand means I have to do some massage or acupressure, how I can use. And I really experienced that power also. And then I was guided towards Reiki, and the Reiki started coming in my life. And when I first visited Swami here, it was Shivaratri, and I think all the desire, whatever we had in Satyasai avatar, whatever we wanted, as a Swami is one by one fulfilling all those desires in this avatar. So he materialized, Lingodbhavam. I was so much in Satyasai avatar, I wanted to be there for Shivaratri in the Kulwant Hall and see the Lingodbhavam. But somehow it was never feasible. And that thing was fulfilled in the Sanjay Sai Baba's form, that I could have the Lingodbhavam darshan, and not only darshan, we got the sparsham also. Everybody, it was passed on, and it was such a lovely experience to hold the lingam in the hand. And then in the night, Swami did materialize another lingam, which I was blessed to get in the night at 2:45. He called when we were all having a satsang. He materialized it around 11:30. But at that time, bhajans we were singing, and I didn't see that materialization at that time because we were just discussing about the bhajan. And then Swami materialized. So I missed out. But at 2:45, when we were all doing satsang, suddenly Swami called up by me by the name Sujata. And I thought, oh, I am feeling sleepy. So maybe Swami is trying to wake me up. He has seen I'm sleeping. But he called me and he handed over the lingam and he said, this is for your Reiki and meditation. Take this and use this for healing people. So it is as if in the Satyasai avatar, he came and showed the third eye, and the Reiki came in my life. And now he gave, like, it is like putting a stamp, a mohar on it by handing over the Shivalingam to me, that you continue with your work. As Sister Raji said, there are plenty of experiences which Swami has given. But due to the time, I would like to end with that one experience, that where he has really shown us that when the first time visit itself, that love, as we say, the love of 1,000 mother, can really feel that love and that pull from Swami, that how much she was so loving and taking care each and every minute. Small details also he was taking care, and he cooked food. We could get his cooked food from the Annapurni itself. So that was also a great bliss. And he took us to the Kailash Manasarovar also. So the Sai Shiva in this avatar came and blessed me with the Sundareswaram Lingam and blessed me to continue with the Reiki. So in this field, Swami is, everybody has a purpose. I feel Swami has given me this purpose to move around. So I really thank Swami, and I thank Chitrama and all the others. Tam Sharanam Mama.
Sairam, Sister Sujata. I now request Brother Subbuji to share his experience.
Sairam, Anandakoti Namaskaram at the Divine Lotus Feet of our Swami. We all chosen one by Swami. Each and every person who are in this divine path are chosen by Swami directly. For me, my sister Chitra Narayanan and Sister Karpam Ravichandran showed me this way. I cannot forget so many things, but with Swami's recent visit of 2019, I want to share only at least two. One is when in the dreams it came that Yelachi garland to offer Swami. So myself and wife, we prepared that Yelachi garland and we offered to Swami. The day when he about to leave from Oman, after coming down to the car, he asked Shamin that have you taken that garland? That means Swami knows that he is taking me to Nepal. Like that I felt. The second thing is, before getting inside the car, I told Swami, thank you so much, Swami. Immediately Swami told, no need of saying thanks to mother and all. After 2 minutes, this time I came to only few houses. Next time I will come to all your houses. He saw me and told the same word. It is, I couldn't express my feelings, but till airport, I was with Swami. Really, we are blessed. Sairam.
Jai Jai Sairam, Brother Subbuji. Can Sister Kala Srinivasan share her experience?
Sairam. Koti Koti pranams at the divine lotus feet of Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Chitra had called me in 2019 around March to tell that Swamiji is coming and let's all do kitchen orchestra. So I said, okay, we'll do on Hanuman Chalisa, and we were having practice for almost 3-4 months vigorously, and it was coming out very well. And just a week before Swami had to arrive and we had to give the performance, my husband was told that he had an attack without any symptoms, no pain, nothing. He just went for a normal medical checkup for the visa renewal, and he was told, you have had a major attack. We had a big shock. And I told Chitra, I don't think I'll be there for kitchen orchestra. Just only 1 week is left. And we are planning to go to India for a, checkup. And if surgery has to be done, we don't know what is going to happen. And Chitra said, you pray to Swamiji. And I always pray to Mahapariva. And even now I think Baba as Mahapariva. He came in his form. And I prayed and we went to India. Directly he got admitted in the hospital, from airport to the hospital. And there morning we arrived, and evening they said they are going to do NGO or whatever, the proper treatment or checkup which has to be done. And I was chanting, sitting in the room, Lalita Sahasranamam, just 2 lines I was chanting. And there was a call from the theater, said there's nothing, no blocks, nothing. It is very surprising that major attack if he has had, there should have been blocks. I cried running to the theater, and the doctor said, the God is with you. Don't cry. He even told my husband at the theater, the God is with you. The same experience I shared after coming back in Chitra. Within a week, we flew back to Muscat, which is really, we never used to think of such a thing happening in our lives. Within a week, somebody had an attack, flying twice within a week. Is it possible? And I gave Jaltarang performance and chanted Lalita Sahasranamam with everyone. And Swamiji materialized Vibhuti and gave me, and he said, you have to come and play Jaltarang for my birthday in Nepal, 2020. It was such a, I will say it's a golden period for me. I enjoyed there. He used to take care of each one of us during dinner. No, you should eat properly. This is cold weather, you should eat properly. He used to take care of us like we are his children. I really enjoyed there that 1 week of stay. I played Jalatarang. It was really great blessing that I had a chance to play in front of all the audience and him in Nepal on his birthday. Thanking Chitra for connecting me this Swamiji's path. I'm very thankful to her. Sai Ram, koti pranams. And Sai Ram to all. Thanks a lot for sharing, giving me an opportunity to share. Thank you. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sister Kala Srinivasan. Can we have Sister Lakshmi Kotena to share her experience, please? Lakshmi. Actually, Sister Lakshmi is not well. Lakshmi. Okay. We'll come back to her. Lakshmi, yes, Karna.
Thank you very much. I apologize for the delay. As Chitrama said, I'm just recovering from a fall. But I would like to say, ever since I met Baba, I have become more accepting of situations and looking at the brighter side of whatever that comes our way. When he came first time, my mother was there to receive, and my whole family, my husband and son. And my mom always felt the love towards a son. That is how she referred to Baba. She told me, she wasn't sure of what to expect. She came there and then she said, for some reason, I have a lot of love coming out of me as a mother to him. Seems like motherly love. And Baba was also very sweet and kind. I'm not so disciplined in spirituality, but I have complete faith. And God has always been kind to me, whatever situations we had to go through, and in all my success. I always think the direction is from the Almighty. In any case, after our stage appearance, the emceeing, and his talk at the temple, we went back to Chitrama's residence and everybody was having dinner. Before that, I had been to the whole location in Chitrama's place, and I looked at the window of the room where he's to stay. And I, for some reason, was looking out to that window and talked about it to Chitrama. The reference came back as we were leaving after the dinner, let's say, and I looked up at the same window and I saw a beautiful silhouette. It was Baba looking out of the same window. It was dark red, the brightness of the red. At the same time, it was a silhouette of the, you know, the hair and everything, because of the time of the day, it was evening. And my instant reaction was to wave and say hi. Anyway, so as always, he's very accepting, which is what I really admire in Baba, that no matter who you are, no matter where your journey is, he is accepting. And a lot of time, it's like a friend, conversations we've had, I could ask later on, even questions, and he's given me ideas on herbs and naturopathy, and a beautiful conversation which was held just like that under the trees in Chitrama's garden on the lawns. But that night, just as we left, I waved and we left, and suddenly I received a call. We'd already almost reached back home, got a call from Chitrama. And she said, come back, Baba wants to say something to you. So we returned the same way. We took a U-turn and we came. And she guided us to sit where we're supposed to, where he was meeting people too. And Baba came. And my son and I sat, listening to him, and he appreciated the emceeing, the kind words. And he also said something that I wish that you will continue being prominent in the field of emceeing and broadcasting, and said, let you be international. To tell you briefly, I've now 27th year in Oman. My dream in college too was to be on CNN World Report and everything. And that all happened very fast when I reached Oman. But this, what he said, stayed in my mind. And within seconds, which for me was a very mesmerizing moment, he gave me diamond earrings. And that was a moment that was frozen for me, for both of us. There were other people too, but Chitrama was a witness to it. And it was an amazing experience. I almost felt dizzy at that very moment. But I want to tell you, when he spoke about international, I was thinking, okay, I'm in Oman, what more can I do? Life has changed, you know, I'm more than a mother now, not too ambitious in terms of career. But I want to tell you, last night, and I immediately after the interview, I called Chitrama. Yesterday, we had an interview from BBC World Service, and I spoke about Oman. I'd never thought about it, but it happened so fast. What I've learned in life is that we must go with the flow. It is good to have ambitions and dreams, but sometimes God's plans are bigger than what you think or we think. Second time when he came, I was in a different frame of mind. I'd lost my mother, and seeing him brought back lots of memories. So after the first talk, which he gave in the hall, Chitrama's room, he came and I had tears running out. He said, your mother has already reached me. She's in a beautiful place, but she feels sad when you cry. So do not cry. You only have permission to look back at the good memories and not those difficult moments you always think about. Nobody knows what I've been thinking about, but the hospital days were always churning in my mind. Believe me, that depression was lifted out of me that very moment after I cried a lot. I'd really never have gone back to those moments. It still comes, but I've learned that I've had beautiful memories with her. That's what he said. You've both have such beautiful memories. Your right is to look at them. Never look back to bring sadness into your life. I have done that. And I've learned to be more courageous, to accepting situations. I've had this fall. It was a big shock to my body and to my system and to my mind. For many days, you know, that occurrence couldn't get out of my mind, and I remembered what he told me. So today I go look at those steps lovingly. And I told Chitrama that I want to actually put column and maybe even flowers, because there is no place in one's mind to carry negativity. It has happened. Maybe there's a reason for it. It has definitely kept me indoors and safe. That's all I want to say. I think Baba has been a guide, has been a strength for me personally, and his kind words, somehow he knows, obviously he knows at each person's level and the energy and what they need. He is very forgiving, and that is we must learn from him to accept others, accept the qualities, whether it's good for us or not. Let's accept people the way they are and forgive and move on in life with a lot of courage. Thank you.
Sairam Lakshmi. God bless.
Sairam, Chitrama.
Suhasini, would you like to say something, Kanna?
Yes, sure, Sukamma, Sairam.
Yes.
And Koti Pranam at the Divine Lotus Feet of Sanjay Sai Baba. Actually, I have been connected to Swami through Chitrama and Sister Sridevi. So I had some problems at my personal side, and that was a depressing moment for me. At that point in time, I have been through Swami's grace, I would say, Swami has connected me through Sister Sridevi to Chitrama, and after meeting Swami, I think I am able to cope up with all the personal issues I had gone through, and every day I remember Swami the moment I get up, and I think Swami is always there with us, as others have mentioned. I think we have to ensure whatever Swami is giving, take away, and move forward and be very courageous for any situations that we are seeing. So thanks Swami for all your blessings, and it is very happy and I feel blessed to be part of such a satsang as well today. It's like many learning experiences, I think I have to take back here. Thank you. Sam Sharanam Mama. Jai Jai Sairam. Sairam all.
Sairam Suhasini. Yes.
Sairam.
Sister Sanchita Koirala.
My humble pranam at thy divine lotus feet, Bhagwan Baba. My journey, I would like to share something that many people have experienced, moving from Satya Sai to Sanjay Sai Baba. In 2010, I was in Puttaparthi. I had gone to Puttaparthi in a situation where I was in crutches. I was there, and Baba came out. I had a lovely darshan. After the darshan finished, I'm going to cut short a little bit because I think we are running out of time. So when I had a beautiful darshan of Swami, after he returned to his temple, Shushan Bala Rai, devotee of Shirdi Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, and Sanjay Sai Baba, she saw me and she came up to me, and knowing that I was Nepalese, she said, "Oh, you got such a beautiful connection with Swami." And I just looked at her and smiled. And then she said, "Have you heard of Sanjay Sai Baba?" I said, "No, not really." And she goes, "Where in Nepal do you live?" I said, "In Kathmandu." She goes, "Okay, I'll come and collect you. Do you want to go visit him?" I said, "Okay." So I went to Nepal, and she had told me that she would be following me 3-4 days later. I was in Nepal, and as promised, she called me and she said, "I would like to take you to Swami. Would you want to come?" And I said, "See, I'm really sick at the moment, I can't travel." Anyway, Swami sent her 3 times to collect me, and I couldn't go. So I promised with saying that, I'll come visit Swami in my next trip, because this time I'm really sick. I don't think I should go and visit him. So I left from Nepal, and in 2014, I went back. And Achyut Baba, a father-like figure for me, like he had asked me to visit Swami. So I said, okay, I had promised Swami that I would visit, so I'll go visit him. The first thing that hit me when I stepped into the ashram was there was so much vibration that I got scared. I don't know why I was worried, but somehow that such a strong vibration really hit me, and I started crying because in a way I felt like as if Satya Baba was saying he was trying to block me, like to go in. Anyway, since I was already there and my curiosity got better out of me, I went there, and then suddenly Sevadals were running to me and saying, oh, Swami has arranged for you to sit here, and they took me to a spot and made me sit down there. I had gone to Nepal for only 3 weeks. And then the first day, I got Swami's darshan. And Swami looked at me and he said, you'll be coming again, won't you? I said, yes, Swami. Because by that time, the first hit that I saw him while he was walking out was not Sanjay Sai Baba. It was Sri Satya Sai Baba. And all I could do is I just kept on looking at him, not knowing what to say. Achyut Baba kept on saying, tell your difficulties to Swami. I didn't want to, because I thought, well, you are telling me that he is another Sai avatar. My Satya Baba knew everything about me. So Sanjay Baba should know everything about me as well. And this is how we got connected. As promised, I kept on going back until the time I had to leave. And I was close to it when Swami said, won't you stay back for my birthday? Won't you stay back for my birthday? And I hadn't told my husband. So he said, Baba, I said, Baba, I haven't told Rajan. I need to tell him. Swami said, yes, call him, stay back. That was quite far. This was November, and his birthday is obviously, like we all know, it's in the month of January. So I called my husband and I asked his permission, and he said, yes, stay over if you want to. So I stayed back. I used to go to ashram every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, as arranged by Swami, because he used to send someone to collect me. This happened until the last day. It was Thursday, Friday, I was flying back to Australia. A person who got his darshan every day, on my last day, as I was going to go, I was getting close to the door when the door shut. And I was like, oh my God, Swami, why? Tomorrow I'm going to fly back. I'm not even going to see you after that for a while. Why? And that question stayed in my heart. And the person who used to take me back home, he said, Didi, don't get worried. I'll go and ask Swami for permission. He went inside and Swami said, no, we already have started the meeting. I can't give darshan. So with a very heavy heart, like I returned back to my mom's place. And the next morning, like I woke up, I was okay to go back. I packed everything. It was around 4 o'clock in the evening. And mom and myself, we were talking in the lounge, and mom suddenly said, oh, something is smelling, And I said, Mom, Vibhuti. It was at the same time. We had Vibhuti nowhere. And I am not a miracle believer. Until that day, I never believed like that Vibhuti would come to you, So we looked around, there was no Vibhuti around, and it was time for me to leave. I thought, oh my God, I was reading, I could have left my glasses upstairs, So I wanted to check if the glasses were in the case. And as I open the case, there is Vibhuti. Vibhuti inside the glass case. We had Vibhuti nowhere. And at that moment, I felt like as if Swami was saying, okay, I am with you. And this is one of the reasons he made me, like he created Vibhuti for me, so that I would start believing in his miracles as well. That the super aura that he holds, he made me believe that wherever you go, I am with you. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sister Sanchita. Can we have Brother Venkatesh to share his experience?
Loving Sai Rams to all brothers and sisters in whose deep heart Swami lives. Loving Pranams Swami. As all the previous speakers were saying about connecting to God and connecting to Swami, I would say that I am one of the most privileged person who had never been in Sai cult, and Swami picked me directly into the Sai cult. And he accepted me in 2017 when he visited, and in our farmhouse, our Abhuvatim farmhouse, he said, I know them from their previous birth, but I never understood Swami in my previous birth. Maybe we never could connect to him at that time, but he connects us so much. And from that level, in 2020, we were given the opportunity, a golden opportunity of performing the Pada Puja for Swami. So it was like from LKGs, directly I was promoted to PhD level. So I felt that Swami gave me that opportunity, that we were so blessed to do that. And I would like to now speak only about the 2020 Pada Puja trip, because it was such a miracle that Swami played. Our flight was early in the morning, around 6 o'clock from Oman, and we had to go. Unfortunately, we were slightly delayed, and we got delayed because we thought that we would be able to make it, but we were delayed, and the counter was to close 1 hour before the departure. We just landed 45 minutes before departure at the airport due to various reasons. We were thinking that, okay, we are going to miss the flight. But once I left the home and took my vehicle, I put the entire burden on Swami and said, Swami, I have delayed, I have done the mistake, but you have to correct me and then you have to take me. You have called me for the Pada Puja and it is you who has to take us to Nepal. So we said, and then we came in. Luckily, the counter was open and we were the last 4, where the entire family went, we were the last 4 to check in, and they checked us in and we went in. And our journey started, and then as scheduled, the flight landed at perfect timing and things like that, and we went to the room and then we were all there. Then only I came to know that all of them who traveled either in the afternoon or the previous day or after that, they were all, either the flights were diverted or the flights were cancelled because of the weather condition, because it was Swami who decided that we need to do the Pada Puja. He saw to it that we leave, even if we were delayed in Oman, he saw to it that we got the flight at correct time. We reached at the correct time in Nepal, and we were there to perform the Pada Puja. So he is the doer, he is the decider, we are just instruments. We are puppets in his hand. So he does everything. If he decides, he will do everything. So, and the Pada Puja was done and we were blessed to that. That evening we had a satsang. So many people were talking, they were sharing the experiences in front of Swami. I was thinking in my mind to share this experience to the people and different experience to the people around there in the satsang. But I never said, I never showed. At that point, Swami called Amir Bhai, Nepal chairman, and he said something in Nepali language. Finally, immediately Amir Bhai said, now we would like to call Venkatesh to come and speak. So I thought of sharing my experience, and Swami immediately knew it, and then he called Amir Bhai and asked me to deliver my experiences. So that is the connect Swami has with everybody. Swami always says that I connect with everybody. It is you who don't get it properly. sometimes. So normally he says, my messages and my preachings are, my messages are there all over. Only 13 people grab it because of their aura, like what they have, they grab it. And out of 13, only few experience it and then they execute it. So luckily, I had that experience that day that I could be able to get that aura and that message, and Swami could get my message, and then it could be transferred. So Swami always connects to everybody. It is not that only to chosen people. He connects to everybody. It is we who, with our faith, has to connect to him. And other thing Swami says is, my manifestations, my miracles are only for people to believe in this Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga, unless people see something in eye, through their naked eyes, they don't believe. So even now, Kali Yuga is such that even God has to prove to people, to make them understand that God is existent, Swami is existent. So my humble pranams to Swami and humble request to everybody is, let us all have good faith and firm faith in him. Swami will definitely connect to everybody. Swami will speak to everybody. Swami will send his message to everybody. Jai Jai Sai Rams.
Jai Sai Ram, Brother Venkatesh. I request Sister Sushma Sharma to speak, after which I will conclude the session with Aarti. Sushma Sharma.
Sai Ram. Koti pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan, Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Here everyone has spoken today about lots and lots of experiences. And believe me, each and every one has many more. Similarly, even I have. But after listening to everyone, instantly certain things are coming in my mind, and that is what I would like to speak instead of my experience. It's, there is a story which always my dad used to tell me, and that is what I would like to share. There were 4 friends, Raj, Shiva, Rama, and Malang. Now, all these 4 friends were so bonded to each other that they wouldn't do anything without talking to each other and agreeing on it. And the place they were living, it was heard that near to that village there was forest which has various mysterious things happening inside, and people who went there, they never came back. So these 4 friends decided, since we are 4 and we are together, if there is anything which happens, I'm sure, they were sure that they will help each other and they'll come out of it. So all of these 4 friends decided to go there to understand what is actually happening there and why people are not coming back. That day, that night, they were there in the middle of the forest, and exactly in the midnight, they could hear very nice, soothing music coming in from some place. They tried to go near and near to that music, and then they saw suddenly a wall, and they felt that the music is coming behind that wall. Then they thought, we need to see what is happening there on that side of the wall. Now, all the 4 friends, but the wall size was high. So, the 4 friends said, okay, 2 of us will watch if there are no animals and things like that to protect the other 2. And one said, okay, I will, you stand on my shoulder and see what's happening there behind the wall. So Raj and Shiva, they decided, okay, fine. Shiva said, you stand on my shoulder and see what's happening. So Raj stood, and when he was seeing there, so nice music, he was speechless. Shiva kept on asking, others kept on asking, what is happening? What is there? He could not utter a word, but he jumped on the wall and stood on the sidelines of the wall. And after some time, he just jumped inside without uttering anything. This was very mysterious. Then Malang said, I don't know what is happening. I need to see what is there. So Malang said, okay, Shiva, I will get on the shoulder and let me go there and let me see what is happening and where is he? We need to, bring him back. Then he also stood, and he also again the same thing. He was speechless. He stood on, he again jumped on the wall sidelines. He stood there, and then he just, he got so engrossed, and he just started singing song, Rama Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama. And then, but then he did not utter a word. And after this, they kept on asking. But then after a while, even he jumped to the next side of the wall. Then it was Malang and Shiva and no one else. Now, Shiva said, no, we need to bring them back. This cannot happen. But Malang said, see, you are the only one who's left for me. And I don't want to lose you. I'm in the midnight in the jungle. We decided we'll help each other. Now what to do? So Malang said, you should not go. Shiva said, we are friends. Have faith in me. Have faith in me. I will come back and I will not leave you alone. Have faith in me. We are friends, and believe me. Have believe in me. Have faith in me. I will come back and I will take you. I will never leave you. This is my words and my promise. So Malang said, okay. Then he stood, and on his shoulder, Shiva stood. And then he again jumped on that sidelines. He saw everything. And Malang said, Shiva, are you there with me? Shiva, are you there with me? Shiva said, yes, Malang, I am there with you. And what I can see, I can even show you. Malang said, what is there? He said, there is divine light everywhere. And I see that divine light is in me, and it is in you also. And I can show you that divine light in you. And not only you, I can show it to all others. And I will not leave you. I am coming back. Instead jumping that side, he came back this side. And he said, I will take you. And not only you, let's call everyone, whoever is interested in seeing that light. And this light is nothing but the God inside you. You see inside, it's God inside you. So the description goes like this, that there are Rishi Munis who do tapasya in the jungles, and they attain nirvana for themselves. Then there are Sant like Kabir Das, Meera, who really do japas. After doing japas, they definitely, set a lifestyle that yes, you can attain in this form, and they go. But when it comes to Rama, Krishna, all these people, they know, they've seen, and they stand there and they say, no, I know it is, and I can take you there. That's an avatar. That's an avatar, and we have an avatar in front of us who says, I am with you, I am for you, and I'm standing, I'm coming back from there in your world, just so that all of you who can have faith in me, who can believe me, and who really want to walk that path, please come with me. And we are so blessed that Swami is that avatar with us. And he is standing for us, relentlessly working on the term that you all understand what is there, you see inside, you come with me, I will take you through that path. I am just waiting for you. I have no other objective to attain. And I'm speechless, that we all are so blessed that an avatar himself, for people like us who have committed, I don't know what all things, but he is here to cleanse us. He's saying, you are mine. You live in my heart. And I'm here to help all of you. Have faith in me. This is what he's saying. Have faith in me. Believe me. And if we do not understand this simple thing, and I'm sure a lot of us will believe, but having faith is a different aspect. Believing and having faith is a different aspect. The day you start having faith in him and surrender yourself, I'm sure the life will be different. My life is different. My whole family's life has been different. We do not have time today so much to discuss about all that, but I'm sure we can discuss it someday. Only thing I would like to conclude is, let us have the faith in that avatar who is just there for us to take us away from this Bhavasagar to that Bhavasagar, where we all can attain nirvana. and we can be of some use to this humanity. Jai Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Jai Sai Ram, Sister Sushma, for that wonderful connectivity. I thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for being here today, because only people who are chosen will come, whether to see an avatar or to attend a satsang or to participate in spiritual activities or to give their time for any spiritual thing. So for me, in the year 2016, my connection started with Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And 2016, when I completed my 108 Divya Desam is there, 106 Divya Desa Yatra, I completed in Muktinath and I came to Swami's ashram. I had my doubt. I was not, like fully convinced. I went there because Pratap Bhai told me that like have faith and go. And when I went there, I saw Shirdi Baba and Satya Sai Baba's picture, and I just like prayed in my mind that like Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, I love you so much. If I have come to this place, please, you only have to save me. Otherwise, I'll think that I have come to see a saint and I will leave. Like that, I was just praying. And first time when I had darshan of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, he just did like this and he asked, how are you? Bhagwan Sanjay Sai Baba did the same thing. Same thing he did. And then he said, you are praying to Satya Sai Baba to save from Sanjay Sai Baba, not knowing that both are same Babas. This was the word Baba used. And then I was literally in tears. I was just holding Swami's feet. He gave interview. He materialized chain, which was holding my neck so tight. So tight it was that, like I was feeling, and he did like this with his hand. And the chain started coming down. The chain started coming down. And then Swami materialized Rajbhog sweet. Rajbhog sweet, he materialized. And then he said, for you, it is written that after you complete 108 Divya Desa Yatra, you will have the darshan of Lord Narayana here. Okay, so this is specially brought for you. And then he gave me that sweet, which was materialized. And then Swami said, because of you, thousands of people will come believing in Sanjay Sai mission. I was literally, like I had no words. I cried so much. And Swami whole night, like from night 10 o'clock to morning 4 o'clock, he was giving lots of satsangs and he answered lots of questions. And I was totally convinced that, like, here is my God. I know that he is my Satya Sai Baba, Sanjay Sai Baba, my everything. So that is how, like my journey started. And it was beautiful because not only every minute, Swami said, you can be, I am not here to correct anybody. I'm here only to connect with everybody. And he said, love more and more people. And especially people who are hurting you, love them more. He said, people who are talking bad about you, people who are shouting at you, you love them more. And in this pandemic, Swami gave such a beautiful thing that start praying for so many people to get rid of COVID and pray for everybody. Pray for everybody. And I just wanted to tell here, 95% of the people for whom, like with Swami's Anugraha, I started praying, they all are getting cured. And I'm getting lots of messages, like every day, prayer request is coming. It takes 3-4 hours, but I'm very happy that Swami has made me the nimittam to pray for. One small thing I wanted to tell, in 2018, December, Swami came to Mumbai and then to Bangalore. So after the Karnataka visit, we were just returning back. I was to go to Puttaparthi and Swami to go to Mumbai. So we were coming in a car and there was, like Nariyal Pani shop was there. And everybody stopped their vehicles because few of them were going with Swami to Mumbai. And me and my mother were going back to our home in Bangalore, cousin's home, and then to go to Puttaparthi. At that time, Swami, like ordered for coconut water. All of us, he said, everybody to take. And then, like one beautiful word Swami said, like, I was crying so much because I'm going to miss Swami. So Swami said, Chitrama, bye. I said, like, you know what is the meaning of bye? I said, like this I did. What is the meaning of bye? He asked. I did like this. What is this? He asked. I said, like, see you later or afterwards we will see. That is what, like we say, bye Swami. No, I'll tell you one thing. Be happy. Bye is Baba, yours forever. Baba, B-Y-E, forever. Baba, yours forever. And then he was holding my hand. And he said, take care of your health. You have to do so much for the mission. Okay. You won't believe this word got stuck in my mind. And all the more because, like it is, whatever I'm speaking, everything is, like he is talking. Like there is, when Swami says, you do program with Sanchita, like with Australia chapter, 33 days birthday celebration, Oman and Australia should do. Oman and Australia should do 48 days Mrityunjay Japa. Oman and Australia will do 18 programs for Guru Purnima, 9 in the morning, 9. Whatever Swami says, I take it because that is, like it is Brahma Vakyam. Because, like Swami knows when all the children, when everybody participates, they are getting blessings. And the best of blessing is today we are here to talk about Bhagavan. Because with all the COVID conditions, if we are alive today, that means Bhagavan loves us so much. God loves all of us and he only expects us to give that love to everybody. So I always, like I pray to Swami, Swami, I love you. Help me to love you more and more. Help me to love more and more people. I have nothing else in my mind except, like to spread Swami's love. And, like we know that, like nothing we are doing. I'm very happy to share Oman chapter tomorrow. Like we will be giving 67 doctors with Jyoti Ratna Award and around 27 nurses with Prema Ratna Award and hospitals with Seva Ratna, 4 hospitals in Oman with Seva Ratna Award. Even this was totally guided by Swami during Women's Day celebration. And Swami blessed. That is how it came, because nothing is, like nothing is done by us. Everything is, like Swami is the doer. And he is just like getting things done in a beautiful manner, but we are only nimittam. We are only instruments at his divine hand. And Swami always says, don't ever ask why this is happening for me. Whatever is happening is the best at that moment. And I am always there. That is why, like always Swami used to say, don't say that, like Swami, I have problem. Instead say, problems, I have my Bhagwan with me. And he also said that how much you all love me. 100 times more, I love you all. So can we ever repay whatever it is, like in this Janma to our Bhagwan, because he has come, we all, like in Oman, we are so blessed. We had his Sparshan, we have his Darshan, we had Sambhashan and his blessings on everybody. He just, like loves all the soul blossom children, teachers, everybody. Always says, like Oman chapter is very nice. They are doing so many things. Swami always says, because of his presence and his grace only, we are able to do everything. as Swami always says, I am not here to correct anybody. He always says, like, don't correct, be connected. Because even if, like, mistakes are happening, it is okay. Just let it go. But if you connect, they themselves will feel. This is what, like, so Swami said, if you want more people to love you, don't be judgmental about anybody. Just accept everybody as they are. And as Brother Subbuji told last time, he said, next time when I'm coming, I'm not going to anybody's house. And Swami, like he said, all the people who have come here, like who work, who are there, to their places I will go. And then our maids were there. Swami came and he called them, like Sandhya, Prema, Kumari, all these people Swami called. And Swami said, you all did wonderful work. And Swami materialized Vibhuti to all the maids. And he told, like to take photograph notes along with Swami, all the maids, like he called them, he made them to stand. That is Swami's love, because he never sees, like who's great, who's good, who's this, no. Because he was noticing, like few people, he said, like, I'm coming to your house, I am coming to your house. Balu Mama, Subbu, all of them were there. He said, like, I'm coming to all your houses, like next time. So this is, that is how Swami connects with, I was even thinking, like Subbu has left the country. I said, Chennai, when Swami comes, maybe Swami will come to your place. Because when Swami said, I will come, it is any avatar, like any time he can reach. And his love is there for everybody. Today also, Swami's blessing is there for all of us. He has blessed this satsang. So next week or before Guru Purnima, Swami will come. And the only thing is, when Bhagwan comes, we all have to be either in salwar kameez or sari, fully covered. That is very, very important. And gents should be in, like pant shirt or, like white and white. And third thing is, we should not say Sai Ram, we can say only among ourselves. But when Swami comes, we have to say Pranams Swami. Koti Pranam Swami. This is because I was not knowing, the Swami corrected. So I thought, like this time I will tell everybody, so that like we learn. And I said, I'm so sorry, Swami, because every time I used to say Sai Ram Swami, Sai Ram Swami. Then Swami said, like, Sai Ram when you are meeting others. Okay, when you are meeting Guru, you should say Guru Pranam Guru. Pranam, Koti Pranams, like that way. So everything. And then I said, I'm so sorry, I was not knowing. He said, no, don't say sorry. I am here to teach you. This is what, like, he didn't say that it is wrong. He said, I'm here to teach you. So that is what, like, we are so blessed to get, because, like, see, if it is, like, if it's a film star or sports star or, like important people, crores of persons will come. But when it comes to Avatar, it is only handful of people, because Avatar believes in quality. Avatar does not believe in quantity, because in Krishna Avatar, it is only Gopikas and Pancha Pandavas were there. 40 lakhs people were killed in the war. No, every avatar, like there is lots of, because Sambhavami Pate Pate. That is what, like when something bad happens, like it has to happen so that the goodness will come. That is how all the avatars are working. And may Bhagwan Sanjay Sai's blessings be there on each one of us. And next time Swami will come, so we will have more people, because like Swami's darshan, like whatever you want, you all pray, because like Guru Darshanam Paba Vimochanam. Okay, Guru Darshanam Paba Vimochanam. So it is, like, and Guru Darshanam Kodi Punyam. It gives us enormous amount of power and punyam, and it removes all our sins. So let us get the bhagyam of seeing our Guru and then taking his blessings. And today everybody spoke from their heart. Jai Jai Sai Ram to everyone. We have exceeded 20 minutes, because I was thinking that, like there is one educational meeting was there between Amir Bhai, Pratap Bhai, myself and all, I couldn't attend. So they are all busy with that meeting. So next time when Swami comes, all will be there, but everybody said their best wishes and prayers for all of you. Now we will complete this satsang with Aarti for Padma. Sujatama, can you play the Aarti? समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 राजाधिराज योगिराज परब्रह्म सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की आरोग्य प्रदाय अन्न वस्त्रदाय भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की भक्त परिपालनाय भक्त रक्षकाय भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की Tvam Charanam Mama, Charan Swami. May all be happy and blessed in life. Sai Ram.